we have identified our joys and we've identified the needs within the community. So you'll go back in your workbook to that page. I've just provided an example here, where what you'll do back on that page is, let's say you wrote down that it brings you great joy to be a teacher or a trainer. And then you also see out in the world that there are kids who really need healthy role models. Well, you could decide that you could apply your teaching and training to kids who need healthy role models by signing up for Big Brothers Big Sisters. So it's a way, when you connect your joys to needs in the world, to really get very clear about your sacred service, which will be setting you up for the weeks 4 through up until we have our celebration on November 7th. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pull back up and utilize kind of your core values to come up with a life purpose statement. And before you do that, a life purpose statement really is sort of action driven. So you want to use verbs, right? So this is kind of a fun activity where you'll just go through this laundry list of verbs and really give yourself time with spirit to just sort of see what verbs are popping off the page at you, or what really speak to you. Play. Oh my God, I love play. That would be great, and distribute, or, discover, just pick a few. So you use the verb sheet in order to pick 3 verbs. Okay. So you come up with those 3 verbs, and then you're going to give a description for each of those verbs. What does that word mean to you? So play, what does play mean to me? Describe how you feel when you're looking at the verbs you selected. And then, did any of your choices surprise you? Do you feel validated or recognized when you apply them to yourself? So that's this first part, that's step 1. And I forgot to mention, what you're doing for this activity is you're picking one of your top 3 core values. So the rest of them you can do outside of, but in this activity, you're just picking one core value. So you've chosen a core value. Now you're picking 3 verbs, you're defining them, you're seeing how they feel, and then you're going to move on to step 2, where you create an initial life purpose statement. So you'll write each verb one at a time in a sentence with your core value. So for instance, Rick's core value of imagination. So does I play imagination, or I play with imagination? Does that work? I discover imagination. I demonstrate imagination. Oh, wait, demonstrate imagination. Now that feels a little bit more, correct, right? So you're just kind of pairing a verb with your core value. And then you have some questions that you can ask yourself, well, what about this verb or core value do I like? Is this what I really want to do or be? Is this really what I'm about? Does this ring true for me? Okay. And so once you kind of narrow that down, then you're going to use each verb core value combination and ask yourself the question, can I play imagination? Well, yeah, maybe not. Can I demonstrate imagination? Yeah, I can demonstrate imagination, right? So that's where you're using these questions to really hone in on. And the example given here is kindness was chosen as a core value. They chose the words consider, demonstrate, and inspire. So can I consider kindness? Can I demonstrate kindness? Can I inspire kindness? And then if one of them doesn't sound right, like in the case of this example, the person decided consider was a little too passive. So then they chose the word encourage instead. So I want to encourage kindness, right? You can feel the difference there. And so then you create your purpose statement simply by filling in the blanks. Isn't that lovely? You get to just come up with your life purpose by filling in the blanks. So my life purpose is to, in this case, encourage, demonstrate, and inspire kindness. And as you begin to apply your purpose statement to your life, your job, all of your situations, you may find that you clarify this as you go along. But verbs are an excellent way to narrow into life purpose.